Let's explore the permissibility of using Rule 430.112 of the National Electrical Code, or NEC, for disconnecting a circuit that powers multiple smoke and fire damper motors. Specifically, we will investigate whether a single pole breaker can serve as the service disconnect for a group of these damper motors. The answer is yes, it is permissible. To understand this, we need to delve into the requirements of NEC Article 430. This article covers motors, motor circuits, and controllers. Rule 430.112 addresses the disconnecting means for motor circuits. It outlines the conditions under which a single disconnecting means can serve multiple motors. Several factors influence whether this is allowed. The key is the horsepower, or HP, rating and the simultaneous operation of the motors. If the aggregate horsepower rating of all the motors on the circuit is 5 horsepower or less, a single disconnecting means, like a single pole breaker, is permitted. This is under the condition that all motors are designed to operate simultaneously. If the motors do not operate simultaneously, the situation becomes more complex. It may still be permissible, but calculations are needed to determine the appropriate size of the disconnecting means. These calculations must consider the largest motor's full load current plus the sum of the full load currents of the other motors that may operate simultaneously. Moreover, the disconnect must have an ampere rating that is not less than 115% of the sum of all of the motor's full load currents. Smoke and fire dampers are crucial life safety components. Their operation is essential in containing fire and smoke within designated areas of a building. Therefore, the reliability of their power supply is paramount. While a single disconnect may be permissible according to Rule 430.112, careful consideration of other applicable codes and standards is still necessary. For example, the building code and the fire alarm system requirements could mandate specific disconnecting arrangements for these critical devices. These could include remote manual control switches, or even shunt trip breakers tied to the fire alarm system. The disconnect must also be readily accessible. This means it must be located so it can be reached quickly in an emergency. It should also be clearly labeled. This allows for easy identification of the equipment that it controls. The purpose of this is to facilitate safe and effective operation. In addition to Rule 430.112, consider the general requirements for disconnecting means outlined in Article 430 Part I. This includes the ratings and types of disconnecting means suitable for motor circuits. Remember that a single pole breaker may be permissible, provided it meets the ampere rating requirements. Also, it must be suitable for use as a motor circuit disconnect switch. In conclusion, while Rule 430.112 allows a single pole breaker to serve as the service disconnect for a group of smoke and fire damper motors, provided all conditions are met, particularly the aggregate horsepower rating and simultaneous operation requirements, it is vital to consider all other applicable codes, standards, and local amendments pertaining to fire safety and motor control systems. Always consult with a qualified electrical engineer and the authority having jurisdiction or OJ to ensure compliance and the overall safety of the installation.